for joining me today. How have you been?
Very well, thanks, Shannon. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So, in today's world, having options isn't just a luxury, it's a strategy. Whether you're seeking global mobility, financial flexibility, or a plan B for your family's future, residency and citizenship by investment might be the key. Seda, with the rise in global mobility, are you seeing an increased interest from South Africans?
We actually receive quite a consistent inquiry numbers from our South African client base. We've got South African DNA as a company base. We have helped a huge number of South African families on their journey to second residency and citizenship. But we're also seeing an uptake of inquiries from other jurisdictions, such as the US market and the British market as well.
And when would you say you should consider residency or citizenship by investment?
So, firstly, we would always advocate that you look for any second residency or citizenship routes which you are eligible for through to heritage links. So, parents being born overseas, grandparents. Essentially, residency and citizenship by investment is another solution which is sort of reserved for those which don't have those type of options available to them, but can result in them setting up a plan B or securing even a plan A through residency and citizenship made through a qualifying investment.
And what's the differences between residency and citizenship by investment?
Yeah, so residency in itself, residency by investment programs allow you to secure exactly that residency. Residency gives you rights to often live, retire, study, sometimes to work in the jurisdiction that issued you with the residency permit. They don't usually afford benefits beyond that, although if you're securing residency from a trade bloc or an area whereby there's international interests, such as residency from a Schengen state, will afford you Schengen visa-free travel rights. But usually residency is exactly that, residency rights in the jurisdiction that issued you with the permit. Citizenship rights, and therefore programs that enable you to apply immediately for citizenship through a qualifying investment, afford you much more than just residency, grant you full citizenship rights as if you were somebody born in that same country. And if you secure citizenship from, for example, an EU member state, then you are also afforded the full freedom of movement benefits that all EU citizens secure, therefore granting you the rights to live, work, study, and retire across all EU member states.
What are the benefits of taking up a second residency or citizenship?
There's short-term and long-term benefits, but often our clients are looking for optionality for the future. It might be something that you never take up yourself. You may be very comfortable here in South Africa, no plans to ever relocate overseas, but you might be thinking, the world has shape-shifted so much in the last 5 years. What is it going to look like in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, in 20 years' time? What does that mean for my children or my grandchildren? So securing a second residency essentially just it does grant you options. Maybe you've got family members, your children that want to study overseas for their tertiary education. Maybe they want to play sport professionally overseas. Having a second residency may be able to afford that. Potentially they want to work in an industry whereby there's a lot of job opportunities in a different jurisdiction. Again, it's all subject to what you're trying to achieve, and sometimes the plan B never needs to be actioned, but sometimes it's a great safety net to have options available on the table so that if the world or your circumstances change, you can easily take up residency somewhere else.
And which programs have traction at the moment? Like, I know many of these programs have undergone significant changes in recent years. Are you expecting new changes in the future?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I would say that the investment migration space is very fluid. A lot of change can happen. In recent years, we've seen the closure of the Ireland Immigrant Investor Program, the closure of the Tier 1 UK Investor Visa, the closure of the Spanish Golden Visa, closure of the Montenegro Citizenship by Investment Visa, the closure of the Maltese Citizenship Program. But that being said, there's still programs open and available, but the programs are only as good as they are while they're available. So, these programs do change. The Portugal Golden Visa is still a very popular option. The program has also evolved a lot in recent years. They removed real estate from that investment program in October 2023, but it's still open and available for those looking to invest into a qualifying investment fund. Essentially, for most programs, if you are submitted and then the next day the program closes, you will be allowed to continue on the program based on the legislation that was in place at the time you started the program. The Grenada and Caribbean citizenship by investment programs are very popular. Traditionally popular in the South African market because they offer visa-free travel access to the UK, Schengen areas, to China, for example. But also, I think we are seeing more and more that the Grenada Citizenship by Investment Program, for example, is so much more than just a passport. There's a lot of people now that have business endeavors in North America. The Caribbean is situated within a similar time zone. It's quite accessible from North America. It can also prove to be an interesting swallow destination or retirement destination. So it's not just always about the visa-free travel access. The Greece Golden Visa offers a great option for those looking to invest into real estate to secure residency within the European space. Malta's also got an interesting program which has recently been revised and which is going to be more attractive for applicants because it's possible to now lease out property from the word go, whereas previously applicants needed to wait 5 years to be able to do that. In terms of which programs probably have the best traction at the moment, I would say we still see a lot of gravitas towards the European programs, but at the same time, the Caribbean programs are also proving extremely popular as second citizenship solutions. And those are programs which can be secured on quite an expedited timeline.
Awesome. And so the exciting thing is we will be having one-on-one consultations in Johannesburg and Durban. Why would you say someone should come and speak to us in person?
Yeah, please do come and meet with me. I'd love to speak with you. There's a lot of misinformation in the marketplace. There's also significant legislation changes that have taken place. So it's really important to be speaking to an advisor that is well informed. From my side, I'm also an associate member of the Investment Migration Council, and I very much adhere to their code of practice and ethics. And I think it's just really important to seek guidance, discuss your options, and also review that what you think might suit your needs might not actually be correct. So it's important for us to understand your end goals and objectives. So we will be at the Maslow Hotel in Johannesburg from the 27th and 28th of October, then in Durban at the Oyster Box from the 29th and 30th of October. We do have offices in Cape Town, so if you're Cape Town based and want to come meet with us, you can just reach out to us and we can schedule a meeting at our offices in the southern suburbs.
Thank you so much, Seda. Thank you for your time. And for those who would like to speak to Seda in person, you can do so as she mentioned in Johannesburg and Durban from the 27th to the 30th of October. Thank you so much.